Today's favorite quote comes from Elisabeth Elliot. Elisabeth Elliot said, "The secret is Christ in me, not me in a different circumstance." That's a great quote, and maybe you hear that quote and you think, well, my circumstances are pretty challenging. Elisabeth Elliot was no stranger to challenging circumstances. Elisabeth Elliot traveled with her husband, Jim Elliot, in 1953 to South America. They were married, and her husband was martyred by the Auca Indians. Instead of returning home, Elisabeth Elliot stayed there with her 10-month-old daughter, and they ministered for 10 more years, eventually learning the language and making contact with the very tribe that had killed her husband. What was the secret? The secret for her was that she had Christ with her, not that she had an easier circumstance. Maybe you don't have any control over your circumstance, but you can lay hold to Jesus Christ, so that in whatever circumstance you find yourself in, you are not alone. You are with the one who loved you, through whom the world was created, and who died for you. I'd have to think that Elisabeth Elliot was thinking about the Apostle Paul's words in Philippians chapter 3, a passage that people quote a lot, sometimes out of context. So let me read to you from Philippians chapter 3. Paul said this, and he said this while he was in chains. "I have learned the secret to being content, whatever the circumstance. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or want. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength." Paul, like Elisabeth Elliot, had Christ with them wherever they went, whether it is in a South American jungle or whether it is in a Roman prison. Both found contentment. Both could rejoice in their sufferings because they did not suffer alone. They suffered with Christ, the one who suffered for them, so that they would have hope in spite of their circumstances.